Hello and welcome to the show. We started this week's FailRace episode with fire on GTA 5. Now, yes, this is on a modded server. I believe this is on a kind of RP server, but you can tell it is from all the various UI elements. The thing that's not supposed to be happening, ever, is that explosion. Now, again, we have seen the kind of continual spawning glitch a few times on GTA 5. However, this one is actually one of the more impressive. Even trying to spin the camera away and kind of get it to forget to spawn. Nope, it's just going to continue spawning a never-ending stream of trucks. Now, I don't know whether because it is a modded server, maybe there's more vehicles or supposed to be more traffic. Maybe that's making this more ridiculous than it should not. There's actually an awful lot of Huntleys going past. It's the trucks, it's the flatbed trucks that are the issue in this one. And then they started spawning on the other side of the motorway as well. The game just doesn't know what to do at this point. And in GTA logic, when it doesn't know what to do, it's mash everything together and you have it all explode. Which, I mean, it makes for a spectacular video at the end of the day. There's still trucks exploding every which way. And the road is pretty much completely blocked. Now the other side of the road has gone bang. Yeah, that's a lot of explosions there. We have Eric up next, also on GTA 5, doing a stunt race when a very important prop just isn't there anymore. The whole pack comes racing down and just the bit of track that should be there hasn't spawned in. I have seen this, I think I've seen this a couple of times, a long time ago with stunt props spawned in at wrong angles, like wrong rotations, but it's just not there. It's kind of broken the track when the entire circuit is sort of sky track. It doesn't really work very well when you're missing a corner. Beanbox is up next on Far Cry 5. Now, their mission, I think, is to blow up some of these vehicles, which is easy enough done. They've taken out a car, decided to not waste a rocket on this one and just shoot the explosive. Everything, successful. They blow up a car on the road as well, but, that's fine. However, one of their ally vehicles is less than happy about this and just decided to run them over. They weren't really paying attention to that vehicle, not expecting it to kind of run them down, and sure. Gotta love AI. Cruel World is up next on Just Cause 3. Now, they are doing a spot of off-roading. They're trying to get to their waypoint, if you like, bounce off a tree, and the truck falls over. Well, that's no problem, because when this is Just Cause, you can use the tethers, and you can right vehicles. Yeah, it's pretty straightforward, until you maybe right it a little bit too far. And now we're on the other side. Okay, well, it's still got tethers. We can flip this one back over onto its rail, surely... or surely not. It's more difficult than SnowRunner to right vehicles, and then I think it got spun around. They had the tether on the wheel, I think, possibly. We're going to go for another attempt here at getting the vehicle onto its wheels, and it's gone over again. However, this time around, they do keep the tether sort of pulled and managed to get it back onto its wheels, but still, it was an impressive recovery attempt. Speaking of SnowRunner, Principled Foe is up next with the truck that's buried its head in the ice. That's definitely not how that one there is supposed to go. So they reset the vehicle, and well, I mean, it's already got a bit of frame rate issues, and yeah, it turns out if you bump into, I think it's a cat, if you bump into it, first of all, it's fallen over, and then there's just launched. Now, we see plenty of vehicles launch themselves to space and twist around indefinitely. I mean, this one does at least land. I mean, it's one way to get over a fence. Probably not a very good way, but it is one way to clear a fence. Speaking of things glitching and flying around, Max on Farming Simulator. Now, admittedly, a lot more mundane. They're trying to deliver, I don't know what on earth this machine is, but they're trying to use this at a place, and, well, first it's fallen over, and then we're going to do many spins. And now we're upside down and twisting around. I mean, it's definitely not working as physics intended here. And now we're going to fly about, and now we're going to land back onto the wheels and be back to kind of normal. I don't know. It just decided to get all sorts of angry and fly about. Stubbsy on American Truck Simulator up next has come round a corner, and there's, I guess, like a police roadblock going on. Either way, they're trying to sort out, I don't know, they're trying to let the AI car go, or quite how it all works. Either way, the AI decides to move, bumps the police car, and flips the police car, and then goes flying backwards off the motorway. I mean, the FailRace Police Department are developing maybe they've got developing new technologies here. That is one way to stop people. If you just send their cars monkeying around. Nil Short up next on iRacing. He's racing up spot. Up ahead, there is some vehicles battling side by side. They get connected off into the wall, spin back across the track, take out some cars, one's flipping over. The vehicle we're riding on board with does pretty well. It's pretty lucky managed to get through that one without really losing any time through the middle of a massive wreck. Black and Red also on iRacing is the Outlaws or something. When things go a little bit wrong, just runs a smidge wide out of a corner, clips the railing and it's into all sorts of tumbles and twistings and comes to a rest at a very weird angle. You see, from on board, you don't quite appreciate how weird this crash is. I mean, it is a big crash. It rolls, but it doesn't. It looks like it mostly kind of rolls off of the wall. But no, it's a lot more ridiculous than that. So as this slide up a little bit wrong on the exit, clip the wall a couple of times, and what it actually manages to do is break the rear axle, and it's managed to got a wheel sticking out almost by the roof. At that point there, the wheel is the highest point on the car. Somehow has some drive as well. That's definitely not how wheels or axles or any of that should work. So yeah, it's a couple of bumps on the wall. They can't get the car away from the wall. Now, I'm not sure if the axle and everything is completely broken here. Or I don't know if it's broken by the roll as it climbs the banking and the railing, or whether it's because it breaks that the car climbs. I mean, the front wheel looks at a very funny angle there in the super slower. Yeah, I'm not sure quite what came first in that one, whether it started the roll and then the axle snapped, or whether the axle caused it. But still, I mean, that the fact that the wheel is out the roof is a pretty big problem. Yeah, that's it's not what you want. And I love that the car can still move. I mean, it's very difficult to drive, of course, but it was still driving with the wheels in that angle. And finally, we have lumbered on NASCAR Racing 2003. Now, watch the white and red number 1. It's kind of middle of the pack, further back, as all of the crash goes on. They do an amazing job. All the leaders get taken out, and they are the only car to make it through. And there's a yellowy, greeny coloured car that get through from further back on the race to the line there. It's, yeah. That is one hell of a lucky moment. That really was the party of the seas right there for that driver. But there we go. That is going to be it for this episode. As ever, if you have clips you'd like to submit to this series, you can via a Google form. There should be a link to it in the description. All the rules and how it works can be found on there. That, though, is going to be it from me. Thank you all very much for watching. And until next time, a goodbye.